If you send me one more piece of mail, I will hunt you like a dog and eliminate you. You got me, you piece of
Don't you ever send me a letter harassing me again.
LOL, shutting off your location will not help you. Do not mail me again, you come near me and I'll You got me, boy? So lead generation is super important to any real estate investment business. Actually, it's pretty important to any business, really. To get clients, you need to generate leads. I want to talk about the top 5 ways we have generated leads over the last X number of years. There's a ton of tools out there or ways you can generate leads. You can do direct mail, pay-per-click, Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, YouTube advertising. You name it, you can probably generate leads from it. But I want to focus on what's worked for us, what's continuing to work for us, what we've tweaked over the years. And I want to just preface that what may work well in our market may not necessarily work as well in your market. Word of advice, I would just test out multiple ways to generate leads and see what works best for you, what you get the best results using, and then roll with it. You're gonna always be tweaking. Markets change, people change, technology changes. So see what works best in your market, make adjustments and tweaks as you go. With that, let's jump into tip number 1. So I'm actually at a 3-unit building we purchased a few months ago. We actually bought this building via one of our direct mail campaigns, which actually leads me to tip number 1, which is direct mail. We have had a ton of success using direct mail over the years. It's one of the most reliable lead generation marketing tools that we have used over the years for our business. What is direct mail? It's pretty simple. It's you're mailing directly to a seller. How do you find the sellers? You can either purchase lists online. There's a ton of resources, listsource.com and others, where you can filter on specific criteria that you're trying to target, and they'll send you specific sellers that fit that criteria and their addresses. Public record is another source that we've used in the past. A lot of MLS access will allow you to research public records. You can go down to the local county or city's assessor's office and get public record for certain addresses that you're targeting. We've done driving for dollars, where we drive around and we write down specific addresses that we want to send mail to. There's so many ways that you can gather lists for direct mail. And then you write a letter or type a letter to the seller and send it out. We send out a decent amount of letters every month. We've used a service to do that. They write all of the copy, or they write all of the content of the letters. They stamp it, they address it, and they mail it out. When we first started, we wrote the copy ourselves. I actually had my mom stamping envelopes. Thanks, Mom. And that worked when you're doing maybe like a couple hundred, but when you're starting to do a couple thousand, it can get pretty time consuming and tedious. So we've outsourced that. There are a ton of direct mail companies out there that you can use. Typical response rates for direct mail, they range. Again, it depends on how competitive your market is. Our market, we're typically getting 1 to 3% response rates on our direct mail. The key to direct mail is consistency, and I stress that strongly. A lot of people will do a 3-month campaign or a 6-month campaign, and then they'll stop mailing. Do not do that. Be consistent and repeat the process over and over again. We have had the most success by just continuously sending letters to folks, and we continuously send letters until they either call us to take us off their list or they call us because they're interested in potentially selling. So, some people we've been mailing for years, and some people won't call for a few years. Until the time is right, until they're ready, they will just get your letter. But if you consistently mail over and over and over again, I promise you will get good results, and you will consistently get a good stream of leads coming in. And that is the number one reason why this is tip number one. I gotta head out to another building that we're about to list or put on the market, so catch up with you over there. Oh, shameless plug. By the way, if you're interested in a 3-bed, 1-bath, beautifully renovated condo in Dorchester, 5-minute walk to the T, reach out to Sean Quirk at the Quirk Group. Which leads us into tip number 2, brokers and agents. Brokers and agents play a pretty pivotal role in lead generation. You want to establish relationships with brokers and agents early on in starting your business, or now is a great time to start reaching out to brokers and agents specific to your market. You want to talk to agents that focus and have a lot of experience in your specific market. So you can do that by looking on your local MLS. You can go on to Zillow. You can call around to a bunch of real estate agents. You can just use Google and search on top agents in XYZ. Call the top 10, 20 agents or brokers. The more, the better. Explain to them what you're doing, explain to them what your business model is, tell them what you're looking for and your exact criteria. We actually created a 1-page PDF that kind of just outlines a little blurb about who we are, what we're looking for, what our price points are, what we're willing to pay, etc. So that way it's top of mind, they always have something to reference, and when they do come across a potential opportunity, they'll call you. Follow-up is also very important in any of these tips. I would say follow up consistently. While a broker may not send you a lead for 6 months or even a year, if you follow up with them monthly, bi-monthly, even with an email or a quick text, just saying, hey, what's up? That plays a huge role in having your business and having your company always on top of mind. And so when they do have an opportunity, they do come to you. We've bought a bunch of deals from brokers in the past. Those deals have led to other deals. And when you start doing deals with brokers, they will continue, and then there becomes a trust factor there. Brokers and agents aren't just for selling your projects. They're for generating leads and sending you potential deal opportunities. You just gotta weed through a lot of crap to find the gold. We've learned to do that, and you should as well. It's really hot in here, so I'm gonna go get a coffee. Which one's one you're both up? So tip number 3, other investors. Just network with other investors, talk to other investors that are in your community, that are doing actual deals. At the beginning, I've just called a bunch of investors or go to a bunch of networking events, talk to people, ask if you can shadow them, ask if you can visit their projects, get to know them, tell them you're active, tell them you're looking for new opportunities, and they'll start sending you potential opportunities that they might not want or that they're too busy to do. We've gotten deals from other investors in the past. Some have been pretty lucrative, some haven't. That's really annoying, the flagpole back there, but just just the whole point is networking, marketing, making yourself known. We get potential opportunities from other investors every week now. They're not obviously always the best, but again, it's all about filtering through the crap to get the gold. I think I've already mentioned that a few times. So other investors is a great way to also see who's doing stuff and who's active in your market. Get yourself out there, get yourself known, talk to other investors, tell them you're looking for deals, and hopefully they'll send you some in the future. Tip number 4 is wholesalers. Wholesaler is someone who gets a property under contract and then sells the contract to someone for a profit. So they kind of make a spread. So for instance, if they're buying something for $100,000, then they turn around and assign the purchase and sale for $120,000, they make the $20,000 spread. There's a lot of wholesalers out there. We've purchased property from wholesalers before. It's another way of another lead generation mechanism. You can meet wholesalers again at networking events, other investor events. You know, I would just say network, and get your name out there. Get that one pager out, send it out, blast it out to a bunch of wholesalers, Bigger Pockets, any online forums. You can find people in your local neighborhood or market. That is another tip that we have used in the past that has worked for us. Depending on how competitive the market is, the wholesaler, the deal might not be as lucrative, but you know, if the numbers work, it's all about the numbers. So crunch the numbers, get your name out there, spread it to a bunch of wholesalers, and hopefully you can get some good opportunities your way. I get to head off to a networking event to meet some people I haven't seen in a long time. COVID has really kind of killed the networking scene, but I'm excited to meet some new people and see some old friends. So I'm actually downtown Boston, about to head into a networking event for the first time in like probably 2 years. COVID and everything has really put a damper on just networking and getting together with fellow real estate professionals in general. So I'm really excited to get back into networking and see some people that I haven't seen in probably a long time, which actually leads me into my 5th and final tip for lead generation, networking. If anything, I would probably maybe bring that up a couple tips to maybe 2. I feel that networking is a really, really important tool that you can use. It's free, it's easy. You can look up so many different networking groups in your local market, other developers, other real estate agents, brokers. Just network, get your name out there. It's just something that we've been doing for a long time, and as your name gets out there and people recognize you, people will come to you with potential opportunities. So get out there and network. I'm gonna head in. Quick summary, there's so many different ways of generating leads. There's Facebook advertising, there's Instagram advertising, there's pay-per-click, there's direct mail. Just choose one and stick with it. See what works best in your market. Trial and error game. Eventually something will stick. Be quiet. Trying to film. I'm gonna head inside and catch you on the next one. Peace. Wow. You got your camera here? Dude, yeah, I'm vlogging, man. Looking good.
Tonight is a very special night. The humble co-host, and thank you very much.
Oh, gotta get my camera.